Good evening, cult members, and welcome to the Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is going to be our New Year's resolution Doctor Who review. Actually, the episode is called Resolution. So this is our New Year's resolution to do a Doctor Who review. Again. Some more. It's the first one of the new year.
It is.
This is, instead of doing a Christmas special this year with Chip Nolly said he felt like they've done kind of all the Christmas stories you could do, which was evident with the superhero one that they did.
Yeah.
Which is an okay episode, but it was not great. So they decided to do a New Year's episode this year, and the episode starts off with them going to 20 different places.
19
different places.
Get to
they were trying to go to 20th places to celebrate New Year's.
Yep.
And they kind of leaned into that it was going to be New Year's the whole way. So I thought that was kind of a cool, like, it's cool to have something a little different and a good reasoning for it. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
However, this episode is the worst kept secret on the entire planet was who the bad guy was going to be in this episode.
Yeah. And I kind of wish it dampened the reveal, right?
Right.
And BBC's the one that did it, right?
Yeah.
They in their commercials had exterminate. Yeah, in some of them, not in all of them, but
in every promo that they played in the commercials for the last week during the Doctor Who marathon that they were doing, because we watched a lot of it, they played that one where they do exterminate.
Yeah. So kind of dampened the reveal, but still, I mean, yay, we have bad guys back that we all know and love.
I read an article from Chipnall, and he said that next season, we'll get into when the next season happens, we are getting classic bad guys and more of a Yaz story.
Okay.
So, if we're going to do classic bad guys, and they kind of sort of maybe said that there was 3 different parts of... So let me back up a little bit. A Dalek came to the Earth in the 9th century. Humans got together, defeated it, melted the casing, essentially, and then got the Dalek membrane, brain thing, whatever, out.
Right.
And cut it into 3 pieces.
Right.
And they went to the 3 corners of the Earth, and
right.
And so they show the other 2 pieces disappearing. So Janice was saying that she thinks that was the 3 pieces coming together.
Yeah, it kind of made the bag that the one was in kind of seem like it got bigger
and stuff. Yeah,
but maybe not. I don't know.
But they have now set it up that there's a possibility, you could explain it off pretty well, that there's 2 other Dalek brains out there. And so you could bring the Daleks back next year. But but for this episode, this might be their best written episode of the entire season.
Yeah, I thought, so we watched the last one.
The Battle of
blah, blah, blah.
Chupacabra.
Yeah. And we were saying that we felt that was a really Doctor Who-y feeling episode. And then going into this one, I the same thing. I really felt like this was a Doctor Who-y episode. It had, and it's easy to just kind of explain it away with the fact that there was a Dalek, but, she calls for Catherine Stewart, for Lethbridge Stewart's daughter, and for Unit, and one of the things was that they weren't gonna kind of do those callbacks to,
but they've been throwing them in the last 4 or 5 episodes this season.
Yeah, and they
kept kind of throwing in more and more and more as
they did
along.
At least explain, because she had to explain who Unit was to the person on the other end of the phone, because they were like, I have no idea who Unit is, and so she had to explain it. So that helps fill it in, which they were going to have to do. This season can be a start over, but in order to keep the old time Doctor Who people, invested.
Us experienced fans.
To keep us invested, they're going to have to bring that stuff back in. So bringing it in a little slower and giving some explanation to who they were. They did not give any explanation really to the Daleks. Like, she didn't.
No, and I think that was okay.
Yeah,
I think that was okay. Back to us as the experienced Doctor Who fans, we know the story.
Right, and it's a slippery slope for the Doctor, right? Because she does not want to tell that story, because then to tell that story, she's got to tell the story about, blowing up her planet,
Gallifrey,
killing everybody.
The thing that the way they kind of got around this episode was she explained it as the most dangerous creature in the universe.
Right.
That's enough backstory for a brand new person to go, oh, okay, it's a bad guy.
Yeah.
And those of us who know will sit there and say, oh yeah, she's right.
Yeah.
And the way that they kind of rebuilt the Dalek and how that whole
he
worked
had
and stuff like that.
Upgrades.
Some upgrades, yeah. But I liked the way they did the membrane, the actual bionic, it's not right,
symbiotic.
Well, it's something becomes symbiotic. The organic version of a Dalek attaches themselves to a human, and the human is kind of puppeted around to go get all the pieces and everything, and then to build the tank part of the Dalek. I thought that itself was genius to explain how this squid-like ooze that really can't move around without the tank, that was a really cool. Yeah. It was a really cool way of doing it.
And I was wondering, I've watched some of the old stuff, but not by any means all of it.
Right.
I was wondering if that had ever happened before, where a Dalek thing attached itself to a person and kind of puppeted it around.
They've kind of done something like that with Daleks over Manhattan, where they were creating the super Dalek, not Devros, not Dalek Prime or whatever. You know, it wasn't that. It was they were using Dalek DNA to control humans, and making them kind of like the clone army, droid army, or whatever on Earth.
Yeah.
But they really didn't do like a direct connection kind of thing. They were just using the DNA. The one thing I do want to bring up that I felt wedged in at the beginning, and then as they went along, it made more and more and more sense, is we finally got Ryan's dad.
Yeah.
And when they first introduced him, or at least Ryan and Ryan's dad, them dealing with why Ryan's dad hasn't been there felt a little shoehorned in.
Right.
Not the character. I thought the character being and everything that happened with that, I thought that was actually really good.
Just weird
but
timing.
That one scene was very weird timing.
Yeah.
Like, it was almost like they decided that they had a different plan for Ryan's dad, and they decided to fix it in this episode.
Maybe.
And to do that, you have to do an 8-minute scene of them figuring it out.
Yeah, maybe. Well, and the toaster oven microwave thingy comes into play later, so that kind of worked out. And I mean, the episode is called Resolutions, and it's a resolution.
It is totally a resolution, and the thing that we thought that Grace was going to be for Team Dalek, Team TARDIS. Is
the fam.
The fam. I'm not calling them that. There's some. I'm okay with some.
And extended fam.
And still not doing that. I'm willing to do some things, but fam is not working for me. Team TARDIS. Okay, I'm cool with that.
But skills with a Z.
That's right. I used a Z. Great lines. Good writing in this episode. But we think that he is going to be the Earth-based.
Yeah. Yeah, we thought Grace would
companion.
Be the Donna's grandpa, Rose's mom, you know,
Right.
the person who stays here and waits for them to come back.
Yeah.
We thought that was going to be Grace, and then they killed her off in the first episode. Spoilers. Um,
But that's the catalyst for the entire season.
Yeah. Yes.
Is really the catalyst
for
the entire season. And
yeah.
so that was kind of a cool thing. Overall, I think this episode was maybe their best of the season.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And
there's more impactful episodes with the Demons of Puchan and Rosa and that Battle of Chupacabra, the last one.
Right.
Like in the first episode, there's other good episodes this season. But this might be the best episode of the season.
It's again, it's the most Doctor Who-y feeling.
Yeah.
The last two, this one and the battle one, have been the most felt. It felt like Doctor Who.
Yeah, it did. It felt like Doctor Who for those of us who have invested all the time in Doctor Who, but yet was still open-armed enough for new people to come in and say, come along on this cool adventure. I, for one, want more of this cool adventure stuff.
Yeah.
They did the episodes that were fun this year and were really awesome were when they went on big adventures and not the I don't want to put it that way. The small, intimate stories. The group as a whole going and do stuff was more fun episodes.
Yeah.
Than the shoving it down our throats that she's a female doctor episodes.
Yeah.
And
yeah, maybe they felt like they can step away from that now.
They've set it up. They've set it up, and the thing too that they did was they wrote all the episodes, filmed all the episodes, everything together, including this one, in one sitting, and they weren't filming as they were going out, so they couldn't fix it as they were going along.
Right.
The season was done.
Right.
So now they can go on to the writers' room, and Chibnall and everything can go on into the next one, and that would.
Right, and so hopefully others will feel the same way about this episode and potentially the last one, and they will see that
voice their opinions loudly.
Yes, they will see that this is the way everybody wants it to move forward.
It's 6.4 on IMDb, so I don't know who IMDb is watching, but I don't
know where they get their TV stuff from.
Yeah, I don't know. So that is our thoughts on the New Year's special from Doctor Who called Resolution. What did you guys think? What did the cult members think? Let us know in the comments. Tell us what you thought about this season 2. Like this video and please subscribe to the channel. It's really easy. Hit the button and you get notifications when we upload new stuff. And new for 2019, first time I'm saying that, we are now on Patreon. Sign up for our Patreon. It's actually in the description along with the rest of our social media network. Help us out there so we can do more cool things and get new stuff to make the show even better.
And get some original content before everybody else does, and you get to play Dalek and puppet master us and pull your opinion on what movies we should watch.
Go read the Patreon. You'll understand that joke in a minute. So thank you for watching. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, or at least until 2020 for Doctor Who. Good night, cult members.